Good day, everyone. This is my presentation about the evolution of operating system. Let's talk what is operating system is. It is an operating system that controls the execution of application program and acts as an interface between the user of a computer and the computer hardware. ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. The ENIAC was the first electronic computer used for general purposes, such as solving numerical problems, built during World War II by the United States American physicist John Mackley, American engineer J. Presper Eckert Jr., and their colleagues at the Moore School of Electrical Engineering at the University of Pennsylvania. ENIAC was something less than the dream of a universal computer, designed specifically for computing values for artillery range tables. It lacked some features that would have made a more generally useful machine. EDSAC, Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator, developed at Britain's Cambridge University, ran its first program in 1949. It became the first stored program computer regular use, heralding the transition from test to tool. Originally designed for radar displays, delay lines provided memory for many first-generation computers. Large-scale electronic calculating machine in which ultrasonic delay units are used for storage of orders and numbers. EDSAC was modest in terms of modern-day computers. There were only 18 operation codes and initially just 512 words of memory, later extended to 1024. Instructors were expected at a rate of approximately 650 per second. Input was by provided paper tape and output by teleprinters. EDBAC was one of the earliest large mainframe computers to be built in 1940s. It was the first mainframe computer that represented binary system rather than decimal system. As a binary serial computer, EDBAC processed mathematical operation with a serial memory capacity of roughly 5.5 KB. EDBAC used magnetic tape as a data and could run over 20 hours a day. Binac was an early electronic computer designed for Northport Company by the Eckert-Mackley Computer Corporation in 1949. It has the distinction of being the first commercial computer in the world, as well as the first stove program computer in the US. The computer consisted of two independent central processing units, each having its own 512-word acoustic memory delay line memory, which was further divided into 16 channels. Universal Automatic Computer, a versatile general-purpose machine, UNIVAC was brainchild of John Mackley and Presper Eckert, the creator of ENIAC. They proposed a statistical tabulator to the U.S. Census Bureau in 1946, and 1951 UNIVAC 1 passed Census Bureau test. For memory, the UNIVAC used 7 memory delay line tanks, 18 pins of crystal transducers in each tank transmitted and received data as waves in memory held at a constant 149 degrees Fahrenheit. CTSS is one of the first time sharing operation system. It was developed at the MIT Computer Center. Work on an IBM 1794 mainframe computers with 232 banks of memory. The second bank was used for time sharing implementation. This sharing means the system can allocate resources of two tasks or processes at one. This was a major advance since earlier mainframes and computer systems only work on one process at a time. MCP or Master Control Program. Main antagonist Intron was a RAG computer program created by Walter Gibbs and vastly improved by Ed Dillinger. At first, MCD was only a chess program which was left embedded in the company's computer system. Years later, Dillinger modified this program into the MCP to administer the company's computer network. IBM OS2 in Full International Business Machines Operating System 2, an operating system introduced in 1987 by IBM and the Microsoft Corporation to operate the second generation line of IBM personal computers, the Personal System 2. The 360 system was underrepresented in its ability to support a wide array of applications, and it was one of the first operating systems to require direct access storage devices. IBM OS2 was intended to replace the older Disk Operating System or DOS, which with the development of the Intel Corporation AT286 microchips in the mid-1980s. Xerox Star, the workstation from Xerox that introduced the graphical user interface and desktop metaphor in 1981. The Star was designed to work in an internet network connected to other workstations along with the file and print server. Approximately 30,000 Star workstations were sold. Xerox Star. The Xerox Star workstation, officially named Xerox 8010 Information System, was the first commercial personal computer to incorporate technologies that have since become standard in personal computers. The Star's simulated desktop is amazingly similar to the Mac and Windows because that is where they both came from. Apple Macintosh. The Macintosh is a family of personal computers designed, manufactured, and sold by Apple Incorporated since January 1984. The first Macintosh was introduced on January 24, 1984 by Steve Jobs, and it was the first commercially successful personal computers to feature two known, but still unpopular features, the mouse and the graphical user interface rather than the command line interface of its predecessors. The original Macintosh is the first successful mass market personal computer to have featured a graphical user interface, built in screen, and mouse. Windows 3.0. Windows 3.0 was originated and made on May 22, 1988, when a group of Microsoft programmers independently decided to develop a protective mode Windows as an experiment. They cobbled together a rough prototype and presented it to company executives, who were impressed enough to approve it as an official project. New features: improved user interface, better memory management with Intel's 80,286 and 80,386 processors, multiple DOS program multitasking support, revamped control panel, solitaire card game program added, and the last one is improved paintbrush program. iOS. Major versions of iOS are released annually. The current stable version, iOS 14, was released to the public on September 16, 2020. It brought many user interface changes, including the ability to place widgets on the home screen, a compact UI for both Siri and phone calls, and the ability to change both the default web browser and email apps. No devices were dropped, as well devices supported by iOS 13 and are able to run iOS 14. June 2007 saw the official release of what eventually became iOS concurrently with the first iPhone. iOS did not have an official name until the official release of iPhone Software Development Kit or iPhone SDK on March 6, 2008. Once again, thank you for listening about the evolution of operating systems.